Good morning. Hello. Welcome from Universal Spiritualism. I'm Michaela Smith. I'm going to be your medium for the next hour. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to wait a few minutes for let other people join. We are running a bit earlier today. South Africa, hello, Caroline. Oh, it's beautiful there. It's absolutely freezing here. I pretend not to be jealous. Hello, Michelle. Lane, good morning. I am Michaela Smith. I am going to be with you this morning for the next hour. I'm also with you on Friday mornings again at the same time, 10 till 11. So if you do have the time and you want to come and join us, please feel free to. We also have some other amazing mediums that are on the shows for most days, so keep your eyes posted on the programme. Carolyn? Oh, please send me some, will you? I could really do with some sunshine. Michelle, good morning. I hope you're all well. The weather is absolutely horrible here. No, I can't say really. I can't moan too much. We are dry. It's dry for now. Just very, very cold. Temperatures are really, really, really low. I think it was -2 this morning. It's gone up to 1 now. But it's been very, very cold. Just going to give it a couple more minutes. I'll explain to you while we're waiting for a few more viewers. Okay. Um, what I do, Andrea, hello. I sometimes work that I go straight to the people, to the sitter, directly, but also I sometimes work by giving off the information that Spirit gives to me, and then we pick up the sitter that way. It all depends on how they want me to work on that day. I'll never know until we start. Frosty and freezing, yeah. It is here too, Kim. Hello, Tane. So, yeah, so please be very patient with us. And also, please remember that sometimes we want certain people to come through, and it isn't always the people that we want to come through that comes through. It may be somebody else. We can't force it, it just happens naturally, and we have to please understand that. Um, we do see a lot in the comments, please, can you get my mum, or can you get my uncle, can you get my dad, or whatever. Yeah, I'd love to. I absolutely love to, but I can't predict how Spirit's going to come through, so I have to do it in the way that they give it to me. So please remember that when we're going, like when we're doing the show, I only do my utmost best, and I can only bring through who comes through. And with that, we're going to get going. Thank you all for joining me as well. Let's see where we're going to go. Okay. So I know I've got a gentleman with me, and he's coming through on father's side. So whether he's, he feels granddad, maybe dad, that kind of relationship. I know for some reason it's showing me a few minutes past 12 o'clock on the clock. And I don't know why he's showing me that yet, but he's showing me a few minutes past. I don't know whether that's the time he passed, or there's a significant other reason why, but it's a few minutes past 12 that he's showing me on the clock. So, let's see what else he's giving. Okay, he's showing me an old grandfather clock as well, so I don't know whether that's his way of telling me that he's a grandfather or whether he would have owned a grandfather clock. Um, I know that he's very good with his hands, and I know I see him. All right, okay, he would have fixed clocks because he's showing me now all the little parts, and he would have fixed clocks. So he would have been very good either repairing watches, clocks, things like that. And when he talks to me, he looks over his glasses, and he's also got like a little magnified thing that he keeps looking at the little parts and the close up that he needs to do. And I know that he would have been amazing at fixing watches and clocks. If anybody feels drawn to this man, anything that you you can understand about it, just let me know in the comments, please. So I know this man would have definitely been into fixing. I don't know whether this would have been, good morning, Cornelia. I don't know whether this would have been his actual um, profession. I think this is something that he would have done on the side, like for himself. Like Cornelia, it's I have a man with me. He shows me a few minutes after 12 o'clock for some reason on the clock face. Um, I know that he liked mending clocks and watches. He shows me a grandfather clock, so I don't know whether he's a grandfather or he's showing me a grandfather clock that he would have owned. Um, as he talks to me, he looks over his glasses, and I know that he would have been really good at like repairing watches and clocks. I don't feel that this was actually um his job. It may have been, but I feel that this was something that he was very fond on doing. If anybody can take this man and or if anybody can understand the few minutes past 12 why I'm being drawn to that on the watch on the clock. I don't know whether that's a passing or there's another reason. Okay, Tani, let's see where we go with this. Right. Um, oh, okay, right, Cornelia. Let's see where we go. I'll give a little bit more information and we can see where we go and we can see we can. Right, you passed early hours. Okay, Cornelia, maybe with you. That sounds quite right. Okay, right, that sounds quite right. Okay, right, Cornelia, would you understand that there been is drawing my attention to my lung area. So I feel that there would have been a problem with my breathing, my lung area. Would you understand that? Thank you, Tanya. Just listening anyway. Sometimes there's a message in a message. Breathing problems. Thank you. I definitely think I'm with you, Cornelia. Can I work with you, please? Lovely. Right, okay then, Cornelia. Let's carry on where we're going with this, what we're saying. Okay. Would you understand why this lovely gentleman is bringing in a stress ball and giving me this stress ball and giving it to me to give to you? So I feel that he's trying to say to me that you've been very, very, very stressed out lately. There's been a lot of things that's been going on around you that's been um, making you feel, and he's saying off sort. So I'm feeling that. I don't know whether I'm going this way or that way. I'm coming and going, and that's how I'm feeling. Would you understand that? Right, okay, thank you. And he's mentioning that, and he's saying that he's been watching and he's been trying to support you with this, and he's been saying he's saying that he's tried to leave you little signs around. But would you understand why he's been giving me a handkerchief as well, Cornelia? He's passing me a handkerchief, and with the handkerchief, he's blowing his nose and he's showing me this handkerchief. Okay, right. So I don't know why. Right, have had tears, right. Okay. So that this is why he's bringing his handkerchief through and he's saying that he's giving it to me and he's blown his right, and okay. And he's right, okay. So what he's saying to me, he's saying that everyone's got their breaking point. And he said you are normally quite strong and resilient to things that go on. But the situation around you and about you at the moment has really knocked you for six. And he's mentioning that. He's mentioning that you are always putting people first before yourself. And you've done that all your life, kind of thing. And he said that it's now time to put your own in. Would you understand why he's saying that you also feel like just getting on an aeroplane and just going somewhere or getting away or getting on in, getting in a car or driving off? And that's what he's mentioning. Would you understand as well, Cornelia, why he mentioned something to do with his son? Well, has he got a son? Would you understand that? Something to do with the son. So whether the what's going on that's connected to the son, to your son, I don't know, but he's mentioning about the son. Okay. Because he's mentioning about that. He's saying about okay, that there's been a lot of how can I put it? He's saying your relationship has been a bit of a roller coaster with your son. I'm not going to go into things too much. We don't do that. Um, and he's mentioning that, and he's saying about that you don't know how to take or find him. What he's giving me the impression that you can't say right or you can't do right for doing wrong, if that kind of thing. And he's mentioning about that. Right, okay, right. So he's mentioning about that. But would you understand, Cornelia, if I said to you about um, somebody and recreational drugs? Would you understand that? And you're not approving. Would you understand if I said that to you? And he's mentioning about that, and he's mentioning about um, there comes a time in your life that you have to say, it's time to go your own way and do your own thing. And he's saying that about your daughter, he's saying that she will go, but she'll come back because she needs you more than she thinks she does. And he's saying you'll understand what he mean, what he's saying. Okay, well, let's see what. Okay, so why he's come through? I'm asking him why he's come through, and I know now he's telling me because he's giving you emotional support. Um, he feels that uh you feel like you've been riding the tide a little bit lately, and he said everything seems up in the air. He said he's bringing lots of peace your way, lots of healing. So I feel like that there may be a little bit of unwell. You haven't felt the greatest either health wise. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm not a doctor. I'm not predicting. But I don't feel it's anything like too bad anyway. I feel that he's trying to say that your anxiety and it's giving me the feeling of depression a little bit, and he's bringing that through, and he's saying that he's coming through with lots of yellow, and he's giving the yellow for upliftment, and he's saying that he really, really, really wraps his arms around you and cuddles you, and he sees the tears that you're crying, and he's there for you, supporting you, and that feeling that you get in your gut to do it. Live life for yourself, and that's what he wants to come through and say. There's so much love coming your way from your husband. Um, I feel that he's supporting you from the spirit world as much as he can, and I think that you understand the reason why he come through today, because I think you really needed to hear of him, and he's mentioning that too. And with that, Cornelia, I'm going to leave his love with you. And thank you for working with me, sweetheart. And I hope things pick up for you. I'm sure they will. Let's see where we're going now. Okay, right. So I'm hearing a lady shouting out to me, and she's saying Mary, Mary. So whether Mary being her name or Mary connected to her, she's shouting out Mary to me. Okay. But this lady comes forward to me. She's not a very tall. And I know that she would have wore, she shows me a shawl that she would have worn, not around her shoulders, one that would have come over her head. And she's showing me that she's coming through wearing that. And it's all different colours, a bit way out, but lovely. And she talks very, I would say posh. Can anybody recognise this lady? Andrea. Would you understand, Andrea, that I don't feel that she was posh, but I feel that she would have spoken that way when she was talking to somebody, especially if it was something like a stranger or somebody that she could turn on the voice and the charm, if that makes sense to you. Because I'm feeling that um she's well spoken. Thank you. Okay, right. Thank you listening, Elaine. Right then, Andrea, let's start with you. Let's see where we're going with this. Right. Okay. Well, would you understand, Andrea, if I said to you that this lady comes when I feel very knowledgeable, very intelligent, and I know what I'm talking about. Would you understand that about this, your lovely grand? Because that's how she's making me feel. That the conversations were absolutely amazing that you could have with her. Like, if an example, if an ink pen wasn't just an ink pen to her, a pen would be everything about the pen, who designed the pen, how it was made, and she would go into full depth detail. That's what she's making me feel, that she could explain everything to detail. We are lacking a little bit with the comments, so I just will carry on reading, and then please, I'll just keep turning my head every now and again, having a look and see whether you understand what I'm saying. Thank you. Yeah. But Andrew, have you had a really bad cold, or somebody around you had a really bad cold? Because I'm feeling that I want to get the tissues out, and I want to keep blowing my nose, and I want to wrap up. I want to sit there, hot lemon, and I want to sit under a blanket with my dressing gown. I'm very cold. Would you understand that? Your granddaughter, okay. Because I'm feeling she's impressing on me that I've been feeling really, really under the weather. And I'm also getting with Gran that she's mentioning about lots and lots of vitamins. So I don't know whether because she's mentioning about how pale your granddaughter may look. And she's saying about lots of vitamins, because I feel like that she hasn't ate the best, she hasn't eaten the best while she's been feeling poorly, and I feel that she's been. I'm getting the feeling that I've lost weight and things like that. Would you understand that? I wish I would, but you went to hospital. Okay. So would you understand the weight loss? That there's been a bit of weight loss. Tony, although I can't complain, I have lost 17 stones, so up to now in 3 years. So you don't see her. Okay. Well, would you understand that this was also, Andrea, it was also mentioned about COVID, or something to do with COVID, because she's mentioning COVID, or a fear of COVID being a problem. Okay. Hard work, Tana, believe me, really hard work. Group. Okay, right. But would you would you understand the COVID? Somebody, there been a worry about COVID with somebody recently, because she does bring in that, and then I can't change what I'm getting. I am in England. So I feel there's been a mention of COVID, or somebody's been having a conversation about COVID recently, because I feel that was a fear. Right, yes, we're with COVID. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Oh, because this is what she brings through. Right, okay. So when she brings this through, she also starts giving me the ins and outs about everything, and about viruses, and about that, and about this, and you need to do this, and viruses coming from, and she's going really into detail about everything about them, and she's saying that the old ways were the best ways, if that makes sense. So I feel that she would have been um, very old school with her, and she wants to mix me up a remedy. She's saying she doesn't like tablets. That's what she's saying. She doesn't like tablets. She don't believe in them. and she wants to mix me up at some kind of a tonic or a remedy. I can't actually give you any advice, man. All I can give you, she was a white witch, lovely, but all I can give you, sweet, is just work with spirit, trust what you get, lots of meditation, lots of just lots of. I mean, you have to just give spirit. If you give a lot into spirit, spirit will give you a lot back. So just remember that. But I can't give you any more than that because it's something that everybody's different with, and everybody's got the ability. So never feel that you can't. Always think about the positive. Ask spirit to come through. Ask them to connect with you. Try and always put a protection on yourself first. I always say that. Open yourself up to spirit, but also close yourself down at the end because you don't want to be lying in bed and spirit's nattering away to you. And that's all I can actually give you. Yes, a white witch, right, lovely. So this is what she's saying. Right, okay. Right. Um, right, I'm asking her why she's coming through now. She's saying about something to do with she wants to come to give you some advice. I don't know whether you've been wondering, been you want some advice about something, but she's mentioning about she wants to come through to give you some advice. And what she's saying to me, um, Andrea, she's saying to me, right, certainly not. That's exactly how she's saying it. Certainly not. So I don't know what it is that you've been wanting advice about, but she's saying certainly not. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what she's telling me to say to you. And when she says it, she's sitting upright and her body's really upright and, you know, this is what exactly, she hasn't got to think about it. She knows to say, certainly not. So I wonder if that makes sense to you in any way. And she's mentioning that. So, um, I hope that makes sense to you, Andrea. What she's actually coming through and saying to you. So I I don't know whether you'll get that what she's trying to say. It isn't for me. I'm supposed to be the messenger, and that's it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you the message from her, and I'm also bringing lots of firefight bits, but I don't know how to. Right, okay. Well, she's not actually she's not actually agreeing with that. So you make your own mind up on that one. I can't say any more than that. I know there's lots of love from the spirit world coming around from you, from other people as well that are with her, that she's got quite a few people with her, and I feel that she was a very well respected lady. And I'm gonna leave her love with you, and thank you so much for working with me, sweet. Let's see where we got you. Okay. Right, so I've got a youngish lady coming through now. She's not very old. I won't say 20s. I'll say a little bit older than that. I feel that I had two children um, that I left behind, and I feel that the condition that I passed to spirit with was with breast cancer. This is what she's saying to me, and I'm getting the name of Teresa. So I don't know whether Teresa is her name or there's somebody connected to her with that name. You're welcome, Andrea. I feel very, my throat's very sore. Um, I feel that I've gone through lots of treatment, and I feel that the treatment may have worked and then it come back. Right, okay, Tanya, would you understand that this lady may have had breast cancer or had breast cancer, and then she got she had lots of treatment and got cured before if I cut it there, because I was feeling that it come back, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Tanya, would you okay, let's see where we're going. I can't change this lady if she's mentioning breast cancer. Now this lady, but I'm saying she's not okay. So I'm feeling that I'm in my 40s, late 40s maybe, but I'm looking younger than what? I'm looking younger than my age, my years, if that makes sense. If anybody can take this. I know there was two children as well that she left behind. And she says that she left them, but they were brought up by their father. And he's been an amazing father. That's what she said. Right, okay. She's mentioning tonight to me, I'm sorry, have I come through the wrong door? And I'm saying to her, no, 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 you're okay, you're here. So you can take all that, but not the cancer. Okay, let's leave the cancer part out a minute. Would you understand if I changed it round? Would you change it if I changed it round, Tony, and say that this lady was connected to somebody who had had breast cancer? Right, okay. So maybe I'm getting it wrong. Let's see where we go. Because would you understand that whoever it was had made a recovery from it and then it come back again? Right, thank you. Okay, and so sorry about that, Tanya, if I've got it wrong. Sometimes that happens. Not, don't claim to be brilliant. Um, so excuse me for that. Um, right, would you understand, Tanya, that she's mentioning that you've been suffering with your ears a little bit lately? Would you understand that? Because I'm asking her now for validation. and she's saying about, and when I say ears, I feel more my one ear that I've been suffering with. Right, okay, thank you. Right, so she's mentioning that. So sometimes we ask them for something and they just give us a little listing, but that's enough to just let them us know that it's validation. Thank you. Right. Would you understand? Would you understand that she's got I'd say when I look at her, she's got a mass of hair, right? I'm really thick, dark hair. Would you understand that, Tana? And her hair looks like it's just really thick. Right, okay, thank you. Right, because I'm looking at her hair and I'm saying, "Oh, your hair's amazing," and she's saying, It's really thick," and she's saying it's not the easiest to manage. It's a bit wild. That's what she's saying, and she's laughing about that. So whether that it means anything to you, and she's on about that. Um, would you understand, Tiny, why she's showing me some angel wings? She's showing me some angel wings. And would you understand if I said to you that I'm feeling like I'm um, a sister, maybe to yourself, or I've got a sister that I'm very close to? You're like a big sister. Would you understand as well why she keeps mentioning about the sickle cell? She keeps mentioning about something to do with sickle cell. But have a think about that because she's mentioning about. Would you understand as well that um, I'm feeling quite shaky and agitated? Is that with yourself, Tani? I'm feeling very anxious. Yeah, sickle cell anemia. It was anemia. That's right. I couldn't think of it. So it's some kind of anemia. You feeling that? Would you understand if? Thank you, Menken, for that. You understand anemia. That's like an iron thing. So like an iron deficiency or something. Or I feel that right, and I'm getting about lovely. Would you understand B12 injections? Because I'm feeling like I need to take B12 injections. Yeah, vitamin deficiency. Okay. Right, she's mentioning about that. Right, let's see what else she's saying now. She's on about somebody that's around you has a real bad sarcasm attitude. Would that make sense? She's on about sarcasm, and she's saying that you don't tell them about themselves, and she's saying, tell them about themselves because I would. And she's mentioning that. A strange thing to mention, but she's on about that. Somebody being very sarcastic. And she's on about them always seem to be putting you down, and she doesn't like it. Would you understand that? And then she's saying about you wonder why you feel the way you do when people put you down all the time and you allow it. And when I say allow it, I mean that
Hi, it looks as though we've lost Michaela for a minute. Hopefully she will pop back in any second. I'm just wondering if I've got my cards that I can do you some card readings just while she gets the signal sorted. Sorry about how I look and me. Wasn't expecting to come on screen. So who would like me to do them a totem reading? I'll just pull you a card from my totem animal book. They are about awakening and helping your spiritual journey. So if anybody would like a totem, Kayana, hopefully that's how I pronounce it. Straight away, I've drawn you the seahorse. Okay, get that so you can see it. Right, seahorse is the gentle warrior. Okay, symbolizes patience and nurturing and calm resilience. So I know from that there must be a situation around you at the moment where it's really rocky, where the waves are crashing and emotionally it feels all over the place for you. And the seahorse is a creature that just goes with the flow, and as going with the flow, it doesn't get hurt as much as it would if it was a solid thing. So what I feel for you at the moment, Kiani, is go with the flow. Right, lost your mum. So sorry to hear that. Grief is a terrible, awful thing to experience and go through. And okay, you would understand if I've got your mum that decided to jump in. If I've got your mum, you would understand mum carrying a bit of weight on her. She's showing me with very dark, short hair, lots of curls there. Oh, Michaela's coming back in. Brilliant. Okay. So that take mum's love, and know she's around you. Okay. And here's Michaela back again. So I'll disappear in the background with you again.
okay. Yeah. Can you hear me, everybody? Yeah, sorry about that. Right, I don't know what I've had to come back on a different device. I am really sorry. I've lost the connection. I apologise about that. It's really hard when that happens to carry on with your reading, but I'm going to give it a good go, and I'll carry on as much as I can. Um, so I was reading for you, Tiny. Right, so I asked this lady why she come through, and she wanted to come through because she was saying about that she felt that people had been putting you down a little bit, and she didn't like it, and she kept on saying that you need to get that fighting spirit in you and tell them and don't put up with it, because she's saying that she doesn't like how people put you down. Um, She's a really nice person, lovely lady, and I think that she's mentioned about children, her children, saying about that she watches them from the spirit world and how everything goes with them and how their life progresses. And she said they've had a few ups and downs, but she's very happy about the way things have turned out now. Um, so I don't know if that makes sense to you. And she said about that, she's come through to give you lots and lots of love and support. And she said she's always supporting you from the other side, and she always will. She's always around you. And she thinks that you know that. Um, and she said to give her love to Mum too. So I feel that that's what she wants to come through for. And I'm going to leave her love with you, and thank you so much for working with me. I really apologise about losing connection, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to get my phone standing up. Oh, 1 minute, I will get there. Right, thank you. Right, let's see where we're going. Okay. Right, okay, so I've got a man stepping forward now, and he said to me his name is Brian. Brian. Would anybody understand Brian in spirit? Right, Tiny, you can take Brian too, so maybe I'm still with you. Right, okay. Right then, Tiny. So Brian's just come along to say that everything's okay. He reached his final destination, and he's laughing when he says that. And he's saying everything's fine, he's fine, and he just wants his family and friends to know that. He's a lovely person, and I think he just come in quickly to say that, and he's now stepped back out. So I think he just wanted, I think you've been waiting to hear that everything's okay. And I think that's why he just come in to say that he's okay. And he said he's reached his final destination and he's fine. And thank you for it, Brian, coming through. Let's see where yeah. Right, there's a lady come through now, and she's mentioning about having somebody's had this week has had a real good clear out. And I mean, when I say clear out, I mean clear out, literally throwing things empty. I've had enough of this, get rid of that. And that's how she's making me feel. She gives me the name Sue. Now it's Sue or Susan. as being either her name or connected to her. And she's on about somebody who's had enough of having everything around them and they've just had a real big clear out. Anybody recognise this lady? And when this lady shows me this clear out, I feel that I can put it was an ending of a relationship or something, some kind of a relationship, because she's making me feel that I want to throw all all the things out. And she's on about finding out something about about a person and deciding it was better to go their own way. And you're Sue as well. Okay. Sue, would you understand though of some kind of breakdown in a relationship? Right, thank you for that, sir. It's some kind of a breakdown in a relationship, and I want to clear all. And what she's singing, I'm going to wash that man, get right out of my hair. That's what she's saying, and she's singing it. So it's some kind of a relationship breakdown. And I know it's a lady that she's trying to connect to, and she's on about, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. So I feel like this lady that she's trying to connect has had a breakup in some sort of relationship. No? Well, I'll go on a little bit longer with this lady. Right. Okay. Right. So I'm thinking this is a recent thing, but she's showing me now. But would anybody understand if I said that this is a situation that I found out something and I can't use her words, but she's kind of like saying the relationship broke down and I got rid of the badness. That's what she's saying. She's mentioning that. Would anybody understand that? And it doesn't have to. And I'm feeling that I'm clearing a space in some kind of way. Don't seem like anybody's picking up on her. Right, what about if I change it around and I say the lady in spirit would have had a breakdown of a relationship and she's saying kick somebody out. That's what she's saying. She's saying just got rid. I packed their stuff up and just got rid. I know this lady suffered with asthma and she said to me that she had a really, really bad asthma attack. I don't know if that's what made her go into the spirit world, but she had some kind of a bad asthma attack. And she said the stress that she was going through and under was only adding to the problem of her having her asthma, because every time she was stressed, she'd have these like attacks, like she couldn't breathe. So I'm on my phone, I can't see the comments very good right now. So it's really, really hard. Okay, well, let me just carry on with the message because we are running out on time. Right, so I know this lady would have had a breakup in her time, and she said she strived really hard to make the life that she made, and she said she was happy alone. I feel that she stayed alone. She didn't remarry or get back into a relationship. She was happy out on her own. I feel that the lady passed with something to do with her heart, because I'm feeling that kind of pressure across there. It was my heart and lungs. That's how I'm feeling. So I feel that that's what she's trying to say. That that she rebuilt her own life, and she's saying she went a little bit. Um, what's the word? Um, she's saying she went a little bit. That she wanted to be live on her own, and she was very she wasn't very she didn't mix much. She stayed on her own, done her own things, and she was quite happy to be on her own. And she's saying, she said some people used to call her senile, if that makes sense, because she was weird. That's what they said about her, because she lived that way. She liked to be, she's saying, a recluse. She was a bit of a recluse. Would you understand, Kayan, the name of Susan or Sue being connected with her? Because she mentions that. But also she's giving me a real headache. So I don't know whether you've been suffering with headaches lately, Kayan, but she's mentioning about that as well. Right, okay. Doesn't matter whether they got on or not, she's just mentioning that name. So that might be why she's mentioning it, because they didn't get on. Would you understand that Susan being in spirit as well? Because she's mentioning about that everything is okay now. So I don't feel that they didn't get on, but they do now. Would you understand, Kayan, what she's saying about your eyes? Something to do with your eyes. So I feel that she's trying to tell me that you need to go and get your eyes tested or something like that. And she said about you do a lot of close-up work on computer and phone and things like that, and she's mentioning about that. Astigmatism. The neighbour is still alive and only in it again. Right, well, she mentions about Susan that's in spirit, or Sue, and they get on. So maybe it is somebody that she did actually get on with in life. And they're there too. And she mentions that. She's mentioning about that she's bringing you a lot of support for you. So I feel that something's going on at this moment, and she's bringing lots of support through for you. And she's saying that she's always around you. Right, okay. It may not be for you. May you do it in a different one. May not be for you, but whoever it's for, take their love with you. And I appreciate you all for being with me. I'm again here at Friday morning at 10 a.m. So if you can join me, please do so. And with that, I'll leave my love with you and the love of spirit.